The journey of man towards God proceeds along three phases. At first, we approach God from a distance. Seeing God from afar, we are struck by the mystery of its nature and revel in the joy of discovery. Humbled and awed by its creation, we surrender to God. But we act as distant observers. We see God as an object that resides outside of and apart from creation. We see God as separate from ourselves. This act of seeing God and self as two separate entities is dualism. The Sanskrit word for it is Dvaitam. As we become familiar with God, we muster the courage to approach it. We marvel at its resplendent and benevolent nature. We begin to see God as perfection, and we see ourselves as tiny fractions of this perfection. We see that God and man are but one, but we see ourselves as a piece of God. This is non-dualism, but of a qualified nature. In the Hindu philosophical tradition, we call it Visishta Advaitam. Finally, we begin to merge with this perfection. We begin to understand that the infinite being cannot be carved into tiny pieces. We see that we are indeed the whole and the infinite perfection itself. Tat Tvam Asi. That God, you are yourself. This we call Advaitam. Through the Vedic worship of Agni, Indra and Surya, we display our reverence and awe of gods who we see as separated from us. When we worship Ishvara, we bow down to the causal source of creation and the giver of existence. It is when we begin to see Brahman that we begin to truly understand our own nature. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked what you heard, do consider subscribing to the Vedanta channel and sharing it with others like you who may be interested.